Our city knows the sweet taste of victory. From the Stanley Cup to a Division I title win.
That still doesn't feel real.
A triumph isn't an end.
Now, new stories are being written, and Fox 5 and the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network is following every team on ice. With our UNLV Skating Rebel national champions.
It's great for the city, it's great for hockey.
How will they defend their title?
Let's bring it home!
And the Henderson Silver Knights, skating with something to prove while building tomorrow's legends.
It's great to be able to teach and grow off a win.
Plus, how our youth teams are teaching kids to fly on ice. And what's in store for the new faces of the VGK, including their monsters in the north.
The Golden Knights are beefing up their minor leagues with the Night Monsters. These teams, our teams.
Where their victories become our victories. Building the future of hockey, one player at a time.
Vegas wanted hockey, Vegas got hockey.
Covering every team on the ice, this is Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome inside another edition of Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I am your host, Vince Sapienza. Let's fire home a snapshot of what is in store over the next 30 minutes. We're going to take a look back at all the action from the week that was, which includes the Western Conference leading Tahoe Night Monsters. We're going to spotlight the Blind Hockey League and their tournament coming to Vegas later this month. I go one-on-one with Skate Rebels bench boss Anthony Vinieri-Greener to get a midseason report on the Scarlet and Gray. But first, it's time to talk about a couple of Golden Knight netminders. Now, the calendar turned to December, which meant all eyes turned to goaltender Carter Hart. His NHL suspension lifted on Monday, and Tuesday at T-Mobile Arena, the 27-year-old resumed his NHL career.
Skating out for the first time onto the ice wearing a Golden Knights sweater. Just an amazing feeling. It didn't really sink in until the national anthem. Just kind of looking around and just that feeling that you're back playing. It's sorry. It's been a really difficult journey to get back. Wouldn't have been able to do it without my family and friends. I'm just so happy to be playing the game again.
682 days, that's how long Carter Hart had to wait from his last National Hockey League start. This past summer, Hart and 4 other players from Team Canada's 2018 World Junior team were charged and later acquitted of sexually assaulting a woman. After nearly 2 years away, Hart picked up a win in his Golden Knights debut, beating the Blackhawks in shootouts 4-3.
Amazing, like just to be back playing hockey with the guys. Everybody here has been so great. They've been very welcoming. The organization's been awesome, and I'm just grateful for everything and for the opportunity here.
It was an up and down night for Hart. He gave up a goal in the second shot he faced less than 90 seconds into the game. Later, he failed to clear a puck out of the zone and instead finds its way in the back of the net. He also took the second penalty of his career.
It's a process. It's going to get better and better each time.
But as they say, it's not how you start, it's how you finished. And Hart finished regulation with 21 saves, but his best came in overtime, making 6 highlight reel saves, sending the game to shootouts, where he made 3 more stops on 4 shots, opening the door for Shea Theodore to close it out.
For Vegas, backhand!
I thought he was outstanding. Made a lot of huge saves, especially in the shootout there. So that's what you need, and we're all so happy for him.
Yeah, he was excellent in terms of just the athletic sort of saves. I thought there was a number of them, especially when it was 3-2. He held us in, kept it to a goal, gave us some life to get the tying goal.
Here's Eichel. Maybe this is the chance. In front, Theodore is robbed by Spencer Knight. The rebound goes in.
The guys did a really good job of battling around the net front, tying up sticks, and got some huge blocks in the game, and it's a big 2 points.
And across the line, he's 1-on-3, shoots it deflected over the net.
I think just it got better and better as the game went on. It's been a long time since I've played an NHL game, and it's like I said, it's a process, and it's just going to continue to get better, and it's just good to be back.
Like Hart, Bruce Cassidy understands there will be highs and lows moving forward, but the key is to continue to get him starts and remind him that while his situation is different, he is not alone.
If he needs, to talk to someone, we're all here for him in that regard, and that's kind of, on his plate how he wants to handle that. And we do that with any player, to be honest. Once he's part of the Vegas Golden Knights, he's part of the Vegas Golden Knights. He's a family member. So that's what was said to him. We welcome him with open arms and be a good teammate, help us win games, get your career back on track. And after that, I'm not going backwards, right? We're going forwards.
Now the Golden Knights are getting set to head east for a 5-game road trip, and next week, December 11th, Vegas are in Philly. Cassidy says he'll have a conversation with Carter Hart about playing against the team that drafted him back in 2016.
Up the glass with 10. Celebrini walks it to the middle. Feeds it down low. Smith had a roll by him. Pass out in front. Loose puck. Eklund standing on it. Eichel looking to block it. Toffoli put it over the net. And that's it. And the Golden Knights win. And Carl Lindbom has his first win in the NHL.
They say third time's a charm, but for Carl Lindbom, it was start number 7 where he picked up his first National Hockey League victory. In his previous 6 starts, the team in front of him scored a combined 11 goals, but on Saturday against the Sharks, he got 4 from his offense, and he is now the 13th goaltender in franchise history to pick up a dub.
Ferraro holding shot. Save made by Lindbom. Celebrini rolls out high. Wrist shot. That's blocked in front. And Lindbom calmly covers it.
It's a little bit of everything. I'd say mainly relief and also a lot of happiness, of course. I just feel like I play pretty well. Obviously, the guys in front of me, a lot of blocks. Obviously, they played great tonight.
Feeds it down low. Wenberg jamming it on net. Save Lindbom.
I think you saw how excited they were for him at the end of the game. He's a great kid. He works hard, got a great future, and had a little bit of tough luck. Whether it was a goal here or there, or we didn't score enough for him, whatever. You want to get that first one under your belt, and so I was happy for him. I thought he made a lot of good saves.
Well, the last 2 were kind of exhausting. I felt like they had the puck in our zone a lot and some big chances, but Naber with a great block, a couple more blocks. I'm just happy we could get it done.
Now with the first win in the books, he has been sent to AHL Henderson with the arrival of Carter Hart. But let's take a look at Lindbom's numbers through 7 NHL games. It's a 1-4-2 record, an .870 save percentage, and a 3.14 goals against average. Again, the numbers won't blow you away, but it's a great start for a 22-year-old who just started playing in North America 15 months ago. One interesting stat is he is the 25th ranked goaltender in the league, sporting a .950 save percentage on unblocked shots. That's just better than the likes of Igor Shesterkin, Jake Ottinger, and Jordan Binnington, just to name a few. Lindbom says he learned a lot this month with the Golden Knights.
It's so hard to win this league. It sounds cliche, but it's so hard. It's like tonight. We're up 4-1, and they get two fast ones in the second, and it's game on. So it's so you got to be always on your toes and never get surprised. I love all the guys here. They were really happy for me to get my first, and I'm super grateful for them.
Despite all the ice, we're just getting warmed up here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. When we return, I'll introduce you to the newest Hockey League set to debut in Las Vegas later this month.
You're watching Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert Weekly. Like their brothers in arms at the NHL level, November was a month to forget for the Silver Knights, losing 7 of 11 games, which included back-to-back losses over the weekend, ending in Bakersfield.
Off the back wall, follow-up effort, they score!
It's that time of year. The teddy bear toss games are running rampant around the American Hockey League. The Henderson Silver Knights experienced their first of the season on Saturday. The Condors then jumped out to a 5-0 lead after 2 periods. HSK, though, continued to fight, scoring 4 in the final period, but too little too late. They lose 7-4. After the game, head coach Ryan Craig was asked what he saw in that third period that can help his team moving forward, especially considering these two teams will be playing 3 more times next week.
We switched some things around, but we found a way to get a couple in the back of the net. Their goalie falls behind the net. We capitalized on that. 2 4-on-4 goals. So I wouldn't say anything. We'll we'll get back to work here this week, knowing we got these guys Friday, Saturday at home. We're going to have to defend better. We'll take a look at it. It's it can be emotional during the game, and you look at it, but we got some time here to correct some things, teach some things, practice some things. So that's a good sign for us that we've got to use our time wisely this week, make sure we're ready for Friday. But yeah, their power play was obviously very good tonight, and ours wasn't. I thought in the second period we had a chance to try to get back into it with 3 power plays. We weren't able to.
Now, speaking of the AHL Teddy Toss game, the Silver Knights will be hosting their 5th annual Lucky Launch game Tuesday, December 16th, when they host the San Diego Gulls at Lee's Family Forum. Now, fans are asked to bring stuffed animals to toss on the ice with the Silver Knights score their first goal of the game. There's no limit to the number of stuffed animals you can bring. All donations have been and will be distributed to local charities and organizations.
For Cowan, sending one far side shot, scores! Looking far side, had McGrew, but now Adam cutting in, McGrew, backhand, scores! Tahoe wins the draw, Luke Adam, near side faceoff circle on the doorstep, scores!
What a weekend it was for the Night Monsters, completing the 3-game sweep against Tulsa, outscoring the Oilers by a combined score of 19-7. Now, through 20 games, Tahoe lead the Western Conference with 13 wins, 27 points. That's good for second across the entire ECHL. Night Monsters forward Sloan Stanek paces the league with 26 points, and the team in teal boasts 3 of the top 4 point getters across the E. Well, coming up this month, City National Arena will be home to the Carnegie Cup, a first-of-its-kind event here in Nevada, showcasing the best hockey players on the planet, all of whom are legally blind.
Callahan cycling, he wants a shot, lets it fly, leaping Liam, what a goal!
One of the reasons I got into this is hockey is blowing up here in Vegas, but a lot of people with disabilities don't know that hockey is for them.
Loose puck now controlled by O'Callahan. He's got Serbu, makes the pass shot. Oh, what a goal!
Blind hockey is one of 6 disability disciplines recognized by USA Hockey. And this month's tournament in Las Vegas will be one of the largest gatherings of visually impaired hockey players in the country. The Blind Hockey League Selection Committee finalized 2 teams made up of 24 players, 4 goaltenders, representing the U.S., Canada, and England.
And people with these disabilities often don't think that this is a sport they can play. And USA Hockey, the Chariots, we're here to say, yes, you can play it.
Blind hockey is a parasport played by athletes who are blind or partially sighted, using an adapted puck to aid the athletes.
So what I have right here is a regular ice hockey puck. This puck is made in Canada, and this puck is used to play hockey as we know it right now. Blind hockey has a puck that is literally twice the size of that and twice the weight. It has 8 steel ball bearings inside, so it makes noise as it goes down the ice. Yeah, it's noisy. I mean, if anybody's ever been on the ice, my wife thought ice was slick and smooth. But there's a lot of rattling that goes on, passing between sticks. It's a noisy object. This is another fun thing, is it's different hockey. It's going to be something to experience.
They're only down 4-0. It's not that big a deficit in blind hockey. But oh, what a save by Steve!
The more blind athletes are the defensemen, less blind are the offensive, and the goalies. The fun thing about the goalies is they have to be 100% blind. If a goalie is not 100% blind, then they'll blindfold the goalie, making him 100% blind. That's one of the biggest reasons before the puck crossing the blue line. There has to be a pass before they can shoot on goalie so he can expect it. A regular net is 4 foot tall. These nets are 3 foot tall. Does a couple things for safety for the people. That way they're not lifting the big giant puck as high. And number 2, it's a little easier to defend, but then the nets again are wider than our typical nets.
Chad Smith, USA Hockey's Pacific Division Disabled Hockey representative, says, while this is the first of its kind, he and many others are hoping it's just the first of many here in the Valley.
And that's what sports is all about, right? Without fans, without spectators, without people coming and watching, there's no purpose of sports, right? Giving people something to play for. I mean, the professionals, the Knights, they want to play for their fans, right? UNLV, our local college team, they want to play for fans. They want to pack the house. These blind athletes, professional level, amateur level, they're all the same thing. They want to play for people. They want to play to be active for them, to exhibit their skill in the sport. But everybody loves playing for other people. How great would it be to have our own amateur blind hockey team here in Vegas? we know we have the people for it, so let's get it going.
Now, this is the third tournament and first held in the United States, supported by the Golden Knights and Golden Knights Foundation. The tournament will run December 19th through the 21st at City National Arena, with the two teams facing off in a 3-game series. It is free to attend. Still ahead here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly, it's time to turn our attention to the Scarlet and Gray. I catch up with UNLV Hockey bench boss Anthony Vigneri-Greener as the Skating Rebels ready for another road trip this coming weekend. Keep it here. Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I'm Vince Sapienza. The Skating Rebels are approaching the halfway point of their regular season. They've racked up 11 wins in 16 games, and they're ranked 4th in the country entering the month of December. This past week, I caught up with UNLV Hockey's bench boss to get a mid-season report. I am here with the Skating Rebels head coach Anthony Vigneri-Greener. Coach, a happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. It's the holiday season. We're at the midway point or so of the year. What is your general take on this group, this team, and where they're at right now?
I love where we're at. I talked to some of the guys yesterday. We've had a lot of ups and downs. To be expected, we're really young. But, to have a weekend like we just did, kind of just face some adversity early in the season with injuries, and to battle on a huge weekend in Chicago, I love where we're at. We're only going to get better from here.
So when we look at that Chicago Classic, obviously we've talked about it many times before, a little bit of an appetizer of sorts to what you can expect at the national tournament, something that you've reaped the rewards on before. You go 2-1 in the Chicago Classic, but talk to me about the week, what you learned from the group on a game-by-game basis.
Yeah, I think opening up, you go there just like you said, it's a mini nationals tournament. You open up against a good team. We outshot them 21-3 the first period. It just came down to execution. And, as a staff, we just went into the room and said, hey, stick to our game plan. It will come. It will come. Second period, outshot them again. Same thing. Third period, we found the back of the net 3 times. It kind of just set us up for the tournament. Leading into Minot, we knew where we were at. We were finally healthy. There was no excuses for us. And it was a 0-0 game going in the third period. I thought it was our best game of the year, and we ended up losing, 2-1. And things like that happen. But the big test was how were they going to respond. I was really interested to see how they were going to respond on that Saturday against number 3 Ohio. And I was really pleased. We talked about it as a staff after the weekend. Their commitment to the game, to buy in, everybody bought in, stayed true to our systems, and we come out on top 5-4 to send us home on a good plane ride.
How do you use that as fuel, I guess, moving forward now, saying, okay, look, you played your best game, it didn't go your way, but that doesn't mean the process was wrong?
Yeah, no, you just stick to it. You'd rather lose those games in November than March. Yeah. That's the way we look at it. So it's fuel the fire. That's a really good hockey team over there. Waz does a great job there year in, year out. But we know what we can do when we play to our potential is unreal. Like my message this week to the boys is we need to find that gear that no matter who we play, if it's Minot, Ohio, or if it's San Diego, we should have one gear and one gear only, because if we play that way, it's going to be tough to lose.
I remember talking to you on your first road trip, those first couple of days, and you said, I'm really interested to see what this group is like away from the friendly confines of City National Arena, your fans, things of that. Now you've had a couple opportunities to do so. Have you learned anything that surprised you, maybe? Good, bad, and different?
Yeah, the leadership has really stepped up. Times get tough on the road. You lean on the upperclassmen and the leaders to just say the right things, because if they're saying the right things and going out and do the right things, then everybody else will follow. So for our leadership core, kudos to those guys, leading by example. Even when times got tough, didn't get a good call, the leaders just stepped up, said the right things, and went out and did their thing.
Just lastly, before we let you go, Coach, you talked about City National Arena. For those that are on the fence, may not have ever been to a Skating Rebels game, what are they missing out on that they need to be here, they need to see this to help get another one of those?
Yeah, I think that we have the best fans in all the ACHA. It's a smaller rink, but it's tight and compact. So when we score a goal, this place goes nuts. They're diehard fans. They get to come in the building. 90% of the people sit on the glass, they're banging on the glass. It's just an overall cool experience. It's a cheaper alternative to going to a night's game. There's awesome downtown Summerlin. You can catch dinner here at the rink. Brian does a good job here at the rink, or right down here in downtown Summerlin. So you can make it a whole night, and I'm really looking forward to being back next weekend.
He is the bench boss for the Scarlet and Gray, the reigning, defending Coach of the Year, Anthony Vigneri-Greener. Coach, best of luck. The rest of the way, we will chat soon.
Appreciate it.
Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert Weekly. It is time to check in on the Golden Knights of yesteryear and take a look at the continuing quests around the National Hockey League.
2-on-1 with Anders Lee. Pass, shot, saved by Thompson.
Started off in New York, where Logan Thompson continues to play at an absolutely elite level on Sunday. He made multiple highlight reel type saves, stopping 30 of 31 shots. He's now up to 12 wins on the season, and he's top 5 in the league in just about every major statistical category. But the bigger deal is he's making a real run to become Team Canada's #1 goaltender at the Winter Olympics in February. Now over in Buffalo, Paul Cotter was named the 3rd star of the game in New Jersey's 5-0 shutout win. A 2-point outing for him, including his 2nd goal of the season. The 2023 Stanley Cup champ now up to 6 points with the Devils. And this week we are going to the island for our Clear the Ice. And in order to do that, we have to check out Kyle Palmieri, who proved why hockey players are just built different. Here he goes down, taking an awkward fall into the corner. He can barely get up. He's trying to make his way to the bench, but before he does, as you see him hobble to the bench, he's able to strip the puck off a defenseman, dish it to Jonathan Drouin, who drops it off to Emil Heineman, who scores a goal. Palmieri in so much pain, he doesn't even get a chance to look back at the goal that he helped set up. Why is that? Well, because the guy tore his ACL on the play. He's out 6 to 8 months. Yeah, the guy picks up apples on torn ACLs. That's how you clear the ice. Thanks so much for joining us here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I'm Vince Sapienza. See you next time, and I'll see you at the rink.